Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Halar, and today we're gonna watch some of you play cEDH. In today's game in turn order, we've got a Krarkashima, a Shalai and Halar, a BlueFarm, and a Yuriko. This was played at the Expedition on Saint-Hubert, if I remember correctly, in Montreal. I would like to thank the organizer at that location for allowing us to film. This was game 1 of the tournament on June 29th. Here we move into the deck, starting with Krarkashima. This is one deck that will play some small cantrip or a small spell. They will try to copy it, and they will go into a Magecraft or Prowess creature to close the game, or with a BTL plan, or they will use a Torkoal, of course being blue. That is one of the generic when gone. Moving over to Shalai and Halar, I am happy to see a different deck. This is why I enjoy casting at different locations. So Shalai and Halar is a commander, flying, vigilance, of course. She will use some Mana Dork, draw engine like the Esper Sentinel and the Tyrannic Magistrate and other stack pieces. Whenever she gets a +1/+1 counter on a creature they control, Shalai and Halar will ping for 1, and then the red to red null will be 1 is if a creature pings, you put a +1, you put a +1/+1. So it kind of loops infinitely, trying to ping down in a machine gun style. BlueFarm, of course, trying to control the game with some counter spells, using Mystic and Ristic and Smothering Tide to get some advantage, and Lotto to, of course, get some treasures. Main win con will usually be a Underworld Breach LED Brain Freeze combo, or the Dimir All-Star of Torkoal with Demonic Consultation. And we've got a Yuriko, which is a not a complicated deck to learn. It is one of the most recommended for people beginning in cEDH. So Yuriko has a Commander Ninjutsu, so she will never pay taxes. However, she'll use some weenie creatures like the Ornithopter to go and attack. If she's on block, she can do a Ninjutsu. And when she does ninjutsu, she will rearrange her top with Brainstorm or Sensei's Divining Top, trying to put some extremely costly spell. But this will do the CMC in damage to each opponent, so she can actually close a game in 2 or 3 attacks if she is lucky on her draw. And here we go to start the game. There is no pre-game action being called. BlueFarm dropping to 6. Not paying attention to the mulligan. Good luck, have fun, all to all players. So Krarkashima is a really time-consuming deck. You will see me doing the stack. I apologize, but I will not put everything on the stack. I'm skipping the Smothering Tide because there's just way too much stuff. Rite of Flame into Krark the Tombless. So it is a good start for the Krarkashima deck. He will get Probe. And then he goes to roll. So if he wins his roll, he copy the spell. If he loses the roll, he will turn it back to his end. So he wins his roll. Actually, the stack was wrong. It should be on the right. He will look at Shalai and Halar's hand and Yuriko hand, if I remember correctly. Passes to Shalai and Halar. Halar plays a Llanowar Elf. Moving along into BlueFarm player. Training ground into pass. Yuriko plays a fetch and play an ingenious prodigy, which is Skulk. Skulk is the cannot be blocked by a creature with power higher than them, so it is a quite good evasive creature to attack with. Passes to the Krarkashima. That is going to be a turn 2 Krark and Sakashima combo on board. So, math-wise, he has a 50% chance to copy a spell and return it to his hand. So that's what the Krarkashima always wants to do. Copy one, return it. That way he can recast it on next turn. Well, it's actually a cast and a buyback for free. Shalai and Halar drops an Ancient Tomb. Taps and ping. For a Winds of Abandon, he is trying to exile the Sakashima. And when he exiles something, he will be able to go get a Bezeklan in his library. Deflecting Swat, trying to deflect the Winds of Abandon. So odds he loses, even he wins. So he flip back Deflecting Swat into his hand, and then the second triggers, Krark copies the Deflecting Swat. So E1 copies the Deflecting Swat. He will swat the Winds of Abandon onto the Ingenious Prodigy. So Yuriko will go get a snow-covered island. Shalai will use his other colorless and will play a Sylvan Library with a Llanowar Elf. BlueFarm goes fetch. Fetches into something in white and another color, I don't remember his fetch. Drops Esper Sentinel. And he passes to Yuriko. So the Yuriko game plan was pushed back since he doesn't have a creature to attack with. No creature to attack, no Commander Ninjutsu to not only flip, but when you flip, you put it into your hand. So it is a card draw advantage, which is super important. Drops a Grafdigger's Cage. Esper Sentinel trigger. Not paying. And passes, I presume. So we jumped over Krark. He drew, passes, Sylvan Library, blood on his hand, -8 life. Really wants to keep the cards in hand. Sometimes you will actually pay 8 to keep multiple lands in your hand instead of putting them back on top of your library, because you don't want to be stuck drawing them on your next turn. And especially if you've got 2 extra land on top, you don't want to put 2 lands back over and screw yourself for 2 turns. Shalai and Halar going onto the battlefield. I prefer Shalai Voice of Plenty. She could have been, I don't know, maybe flying and X-Proof instead of flying and Vigilance. But then again, X-Proof is OP. BlueFarm player dropping a Tundra, plays a Moxember. Use 3 to cast Timna. Moxember back online. Seriously, guys, if you think I prattle too much, put it into the comment. I promise I'm not gonna be hangry at people commenting about that. I just enjoy talking about what is happening, why it is happening, and maybe try to teach something to you. And if you don't learn anything in my videos, well, at least I hope I'm entertaining. BlueFarm attacking with the Esper Sentinel. Esper will it will trigger Tymna. You will be able to draw a card. Sink into Stupor land. The new MDFC. I think it's the Sink into Stupor. Yuriko. Tree lands. Demonic Tutor. Esper trigger. Points that he will not pay. Go gets a card, shuffle, puts an end, and he passes, which is I don't understand why he never paid for his Esper. Okay, so maybe, look, I don't play blue. Maybe there's a reason why you keep one blue open. I don't know why. Sincerely, does he have something in hand or not? But I just saw him cast multiple spells without paying for his Esper, giving cards to the BlueFarm player. Sylvan Library trigger. He will not keep any extra cards. To play a Smothering Tide. Esper Sentinel triggers. I will not put the Smothering Tide triggers on the stack because it just gets crazy at some point. If you see an Esper Sentinel, of course there's going to be a Smothering Tide on going with it. But the name in French is actually super funny, and I was hoping to meet the player today just because I wanted to have some fun with his French cards. It could be the same thing for German and Russian and other languages. The translation is so funny. Plays a Gas Cradle. Cryptolith Right. This does that all of his creatures are Matadorks. BlueFarm draws. Doesn't pay for his Smothering Tide. Tymna attack Yuriko. So a creature deals damage to a player on second main. You will be able to. Well, he will win 2 because she has lifelink. He will lose 1 and draw a card because he can do that if for the number of players that was dealt damage this turn. Draws a card. Dîme Étouffante, which is Smothering Tide. He's not gonna pay. Drops a land. Jewel Lotus, so it smells like chrome. Actually, he already had 5 mana, so I don't see why you would not just go straight ahead for the chrome. Base 5 for chrome. So, like I was saying, in the tech deck, BlueFarm is a high farm value. Tymna and Chrome keeps drawing cards, Esper Sentinel also, and after a while he just wins the game. I missed what Yuriko did, or I believe he might be on the BlueFarm end of turn. He's casting a lag mold. He will aim at the Llanowar Elf because he hopes he's going to be able to bring it back to hand. So Esper Sentinel triggers, he will allow him to draw. He will roll the dices. He hopes to copy the Lightning Bolt, one to kill Timna, the other one maybe the Esper Sentinel. So let's see if he wins his rolls. Oh, first win. Lightning Bolt sniping something. Shoots Timna down. I should put some sound effect. Second Krark. Odds, he loses and brings back the Lightning Bolt to his hand. Let's just say I'm lost. I don't know what happened on Yuriko's turn because it was BlueFarm's turn and then it went to Yuriko, did nothing, didn't attack his land. I don't know. Lotus Petal for Krarkashima. Esper Sentinel, Smothering Tide triggers. So does not pay, nobody pays. Passes the turn. Goes to Shalai and Halar. Tries to cast Shared Summons. Shared Summons allows you to go get 2 creatures in your deck with different names. Fierce Guardianship on the Shared Summons. I was wondering with what maybe he played with his treasures and I didn't see it. Wouldn't be surprised that Smothering Tide already gave him at least 5 treasures. Send the library triggers. 8 again. Most probably he went 1 card deeper and he didn't like what he saw. Arena of Glory. This is the new Exert land that if you use the red for a creature, you will be giving it haste. Delighted Elfling, second spell for turn. Chrome draws. He draws, Smothering Tide triggers, he doesn't pay, gets a treasure. Boromir, Warden of the Tower, which is a anti-free spell. Shalai and Halar swinging at Krarkashima. Readjusting to combat damage, hoping that it will matter. 1, 2, 3. So we lost a few seconds of videos. Arcane Signet and Ranger Captain of Eos was played, and then he plays a Ragavan. Oh, he goes get a Ragavan with the Ranger Captain. So I'm still learning. Whenever you remove something on your timeline, sometimes there will be a mistake and you will lose something somewhere. So Sakashima student will be copying someone. Hope it's not gonna be me. Actually, I'm kidding. He's gonna be copying Ranger Captain of Eos. This will be important later on. Goes get a Mausoleum Wanderer. It's a 1-drop with evasion. I think he has flying. Casting Bolt again. Trigger. Esper triggers, draws a card, Smothering Tide triggers, make a treasure. 9, he loses the first one. Lightning Bolt goes back into hand. 6, Pods, transforms into a copy on the stack. blowing up the Ranger Captain of Eos. It's either that Ranger Captain or the other Sakashima student. Nobody enjoys having a I stop you from casting any spell. Cracks and fetch. We fast forward into the future. Cast Frantic Search. Well, Cracks is Lotus Petal. Frantic Search, Esper Sentinel triggers. First spell for turn. Esper draws. Smothering Tide triggers. Make a treasure. Loses on his first. And loses on the second one. So they both goes to hand and doesn't make a copy. Which is a sadly wasted turn. So that is the problem with Krarkashima. You can do wonderful stuff, and also you can do absolutely squat. So this is why also time consuming for the people around the table, but it's also a super fun deck. I would totally see Red Terror, as I was saying, in the tech deck. So whenever a red source deals combat damage to one or more permanent or an old player, put a +1/+1 on Red Terror. If we get a +1/+1, Shalai on a creature, Shalai and Halar deals 1 to something. Then if it's a red permanent deals damage, we'll retrigger Red Terror. They see the problem, snap on Shalai and Halar, trying to be sure that they do not, they are not both at the same time on the board. Now the only thing, if he recast, is he like at 11 or 10? He is really at 12 treasure? Man, it would be so insane if he actually just only had a lightning bolt or a shock or anything to start the loop. Oh boy, poor Shalai and Halar. So close yet so far, but then again, they are in the game. Recast Timna, attack with Chrome. Chrome does damage. Then after combat, he will lose 2. He will lose 1. Timna triggers, lose 1, draw 1. Plays a Mox Diamond. Passes to Yuriko. Yuriko goes and recheck what does the Ranger Captain does. So on upkeep, cracks the Ranger Captain of Eos to stop people from casting spell. Will Mystical Tutor. Are you kidding me? Goes get Demonic Consultation. So he went from a 3-land, 4-land, does nothing all game, flips a copies a Ranger Captain, Tutor Demonic, and then you will win with a Torokal combo. It is one of those wonderful things, I would not say, but what can we say? Congratulations to the Yuriko player, making a surprise win with a Torokal combo with pretty much nothing on board. The only one that is farther than he is the Krarkashima. But even the Krarkashima, I believe, casts more spells. So congratulations to the Yuriko player. I would like to thank everyone to be here. Thank you for watching. If there is any comments, please leave them below. I will answer to pretty much any and all of them. Please like and subscribe. I would be absolutely happy if you look at my other videos. You should have some link into the different corners. See you next game.